advance the 2011 SCAC Tournament pregame show. Hello everyone, my name is James Hill. I'm the play-by-play announcer for the Millsaps Majors and will be your play-by-play announcer for the entire SCAC Tournament. Joining me to my left, Andre O'Reilly.
Hello folks, I'm the color commentator for the Millsaps Majors. We are the voice of Millsaps Athletics and we are excited to be in all your homes today for the SCAC Tournament.
On this court, 2 champions will be crowned here, and we'll have an opportunity to go to the Division III basketball tournament. We've had many teams go, and we've had a team actually win the championship before, the DePauw women. If you remember back in 2006-2007, they cut down the nets at the SCAC tournament and went on to become the national champions that year. So anything can happen, but it all starts here in Jackson, Mississippi. As we said, we are the play-by-play announcer for Millsaps, but sadly our beloved Majors did not make the tournament this year.
That way you don't have to worry about us rooting for our Majors, although we never do. We always call it right down the middle. We do our best to do that for you every game, and even though the Majors aren't in it, I'm still extremely excited about this tournament.
We are set to see some great basketball. All the games here at Millsaps in the Hangar Dome will be live on ATWSportscast.com. That's ATWSportscast.com. If you go to SCACsports.com or GoMajors.com, the tournament pages are on there. There will be a link to ATW Sportscast, and we can't wait. This is really the first time you actually see us in person, so hope you enjoy our faces. You probably won't see them again, though.
Yeah, probably not, but now at least you can put a face to our names, and you'll know who you'll be listening to all tournament long.
And as we'll pull up now the SCAC Women's Basketball Tournament, we look at the bracket. As we said, all the games for the SCAC Women's Tournament will be here at Millsaps College. They will be starting at 1 p.m. February 25th, Friday at 1, 3, 6, and 8, as you can see. They will move on to Saturday at 1 and 3, and then the championship game on Sunday, February 27th at 12 p.m. And as you're looking, as we are here to break down for you a lot of good matchups coming up and a lot of potential matchups that we could be seeing. As we switch over to the men's side, the first round will be at Belhaven University, right down the street here from Millsaps. They will be on a live audio granted us by DePaul's audio team who's coming down, so thank you to them, called Team Line. There will be a live link on SCACsports.com as well as GoMajors.com, so be on the lookout for that. And like I said, the first round games at 1, 3, 6, and 8 will be at Belhaven. After that, they come home here to Millsaps, and we will have the rest of the games, the semifinals and the finals, live on ATW Sportscast with me and Andre.
Just keep in mind that every game at Millsaps College, we will be broadcasting.
And without further ado now, we're going to get straight into the matchup. We're going to start with the women's side, though, and we will get into breaking down each team. We saw a lot of great teams this year, and, especially if you look at that Western Division, which was just a wild ride the whole way through.
Oh, absolutely. There's such an evenly matched division in the West, and you didn't know who was going to get in until the very last day. Very exciting to watch. Majors just missed out on it. Just a really intense Western division.
As we will now look at our first team, the number 1 seed in the East and the number 1 seed overall, the DePauw Tigers. And the DePauw Tigers coming in this year at 22-3, 15-1 here in the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference. Head coach Chris Huffman. Huffman, who most recently eclipsed 400 wins in her coaching career. Big congratulations to her. And definitely looking at one of the best teams here in the SCAC and also one of the top teams in the nation.
Oh, absolutely. The DePauw Tigers are just absolutely incredible this year, averaging 73.5 points a game, plus 23 margin over their opponents. That's just unbelievable. They're just blowing out teams out there. You got to look to your 2-star players in Katie Aldridge, 13.5 points a game, number 1 in field goal percentage, 6 rebounds. She's one of the stars of this team. Also, Katie Matthews, 12 points per game herself, nearly 4 assists and almost 2 steals. The 2 Katies are going to be two big players to watch out for here.
And I mean, they're not new to the scene as well, as Katie Matthews was the SCAC Defensive Player of the Year last year. Aldridge as well as a second-team All-SCAC selection. So a lot of good players here for the Tigers. Then we don't even mention Ellie Pearson, another 4 down low for the Tigers. 9.5 points, 9 rebounds, which is second in the SCAC, and also averaging a block a game.
I honestly think that though the 2 Katie Aldridge and Katie Matthews are 2 of the big stars on the team, Ellie Pearson is the unheralded almost player on the team. She is just absolutely incredible. 9.5 points a game, but those rebounds are going to come up huge. They have a 13.7 rebounding margin over their opponents, and that's a lot of rebound per game coming from Ellie Pearson.
Another thing to look out for the Tigers, one thing you really notice when you're looking at their stat sheet, they only average 12 turnovers a game. That's the lowest in the SCAC.
Chris Hoffman obviously knows what she's doing. She doesn't make many mistakes out there. She coaches her players well. They know better than to turn the ball over.
And you look at some of their key games this season. You look at Hendrix College, a team we're about to mention here, who won the West, blew out Hendrix College. You know, they knocked off Center twice. The one blemish in the SCAC came to Trinity University as they dropped one 68-59. Since that loss to Trinity, they have won 8 in a row. Very impressive there by the Tigers.
Also keep in mind that DePauw is ranked number 11 in the nation, so that speaks to how great this team is and how much they're a threat going to be on the national scene as well.
We both look forward to seeing DePauw play here. As I said, one of the women's team, they will be on this court come Friday, and that's going to get us over to the West now. The number 1 seed in that wild, wild West, the Hendrix Warriors. And Hendrix this year has been kind of up and down. 15-10 on the year, finished 11-5 in the SCAC. Head coach Emily Cummins, the coach for the Warriors, and definitely an interesting team here to watch.
Absolutely, they have first team All SCAC last year for Christina Byler, who's 15.7 points a game and 6.6 rebounds a game. Have been absolutely incredible. Number 5 in the SCAC in scoring. She's definitely a force out there. And also look at Katie Ashley Pauley. 9.3 points per game, number 1 in the SCAC in three-point percentage with 45.6%. She just absolutely can shoot the lights out. You're going to have to watch her, and that's part of why this team shoots 37% from three-point land.
You got to keep an eye on Byler, especially. Byler, you could tell last year when Hendrix was in the tournament, one of the leaders on this team, her teammates really just thrive around her.
Yeah, and that's a good inside-outside threat with Ashley Pauley playing guard, shooting the lights out from 3, and then if you miss a shot, you got Christina Byler to pick up the rebounds and put them back in.
You look at also Jamie Tate, again, someone you just may not hear her name as much, but if you look at the stat sheet on Hendrix, Jamie Tate's leading the team in rebounds every single time. She may not put as many points, but she's one of the garbage players, you can say, as she just pulls down all the junk.
Well, 42 rebounds a game for this team, which is very high, and it's because of Byler and Tate.
We said how this team has struggled at times. They fell to Colorado College. They've fallen to Trinity. They swept a good Southwestern team. But this Hendrix team is coming into this tournament red hot. They have won 9 out of their last 10 games. Their only blemish being at Colorado College, which we've learned is a tough place to play. They had a 3-game losing streak, and all of a sudden they just turned it around and took 9 out of 10.
My biggest concern, though, with the Hendrix Warriors is they're averaging nearly 21 turnovers per game. They're really going to have to get a handle on that if they expect to win.
And with the Warriors, as we said, the number 1 seed in the West, and as we mentioned, just a crazy way. You know this team's got to be a legitimate threat if they came out on top of the West.
Yeah, the West was so evenly matched. Whoever came out the winner, you knew, had a big advantage in the tournament, being that they were the number 1 seed.
And that's going to bring us now to our number 2 seed in the East, the Center Colonels. The Colonels came in at 17-8 on the season, 11-5 in the SCAC. Head coach Wendy Austin, averaging about 67 points a game, shoots a somewhat high percentage from the field, a little bit lower from three-point line, a good free throw shooter.